Welcome to Module 8. In this module, we'll talk about counseling process. Some of you might ask, what do we mean exactly by counseling process? So let me explain briefly here before we get into the mini lectures. We can talk about the process of counseling or counseling process in mostly two different ways. We can talk about it as to what happens in a single session, or we can also talk about the process as to what happens over the course of a number of sessions. No matter which one we want to focus on at this point, we need to understand that there is a beginning as well as an end, and there are some things that happen in between. Obviously, a lot of the specific things that happen in between, specifically when we consider process over the course of a number of sessions, depend on your specific therapeutic modality. But I think some kind of a metaphor might give us a better indication of what is meant as process here. I like to use the metaphor of a football match. You know that each match has a beginning and an end. When a coach wants to plan for the game, they know to some extent what they like to happen, what they expect, what are the odds, and what resources or players they have at stake. They know whether they're heading for a win or a draw would suffice, and what strategies and tactics they may use. The coach makes certain preliminary decisions, but depending on what happens in the first, say, couple of minutes, they may come up with new decisions. They may even change some of their strategies and tactics and formations and retreat to a different strategy as the game evolves and the unexpected occurs. At some point, depending on what happens in the game, depending on how the game is going, or what the other team is up to, they engage in different things depending on whether they have achieved what they want or whether they want to change some of their plans. You see what I mean by process here approximately. I understand that the context of counseling is quite different to what occurs in a football match, and many of the dynamics are different. Like, you're not aiming for winning here, but I would like to just metaphorically invite you to pay attention to this whole dance, this whole somewhat expected and somewhat unexpected nature of things, and how they may evolve. And finally, you may want to be creative yourself, and I'm sure you can come up with various other situations that may in some form or the other depict the counseling process. I hope the 3 mini lectures that we have in this module clarify some aspects of the counseling process for you. So let's start with the first mini lecture.